Hi, what's up, y'all? It's Poppin' It's D. About to react to this vid by O'Shea Duke Jackson. It's titled, Brittany Renner Needs to Go to Jail for Doing This to Charleston White. What is going on here? So she's back in the news again, apparently, for some nonsense. It's always something with her. Last I heard from her, though, I thought she was trying to turn her life around. Didn't she, go on this, this, interview tour where she was saying that she's learned from her mistakes and she's trying to be a better person or something like that, but I guess that is not the case. So let's see what she's doing now. Let's watch.
From just looks alone, Brittany Renner has what a lot of black men desire. She's good looking, she's charismatic, she's sexy with a little bit of backside. Booty clapping sounds. But as grandma used to say, church music, boy, stop looking at that girl's booty. Looks ain't everything. And oh yeah, grandma, you're right.
This is my first time reacting to this channel. Somebody sent me the
For a
link.
man to be in a long-term relationship with you, there are a few things you need to have. Character, values, and some respect for yourself.
This is his intro. He's going to get to the shit.
Respect for yourself.
I feel like this is...
Now, again, that's something that we all really care about, and especially in relationships, you got to have self-respect because boundaries are important. If I have everything that a person wants, but if I don't respect myself, they'll lose respect for me in a relationship or friendship or business relationship can never accrue. However, Brittany Renner has talked about this in the past. She has let a lot of guys use her because of a lack of respect for herself.
I didn't understand my value, and they were just mirroring back that lack of knowing. Yeah. I can't blame them for taking advantage. It was like, I marked myself.
This is a part of the interview tour she was going on. I didn't see this clip in particular, but I saw another one where she was basically saying the same shit. Like, yeah, she was hoeing, but she can't blame the people who used her body up as much as they did, and basically how she has now seen the light. That was the gist of what she was saying.
For clearance. And it was me trying to connect. Like, sex is better when there's meaning, when there's substance, when there's an understanding, when you have to work for it. Like, what are we doing? Sex without love or some type of bond is just exercise.
It's pointless.
And when I took a step back and really started asking myself, like, what the fuck am I doing? Yeah. I was like, okay, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't feel good. How can I change this? So that really was for me like an eye-opener, just not feeling good about myself after. Started since October.
Do me a favor and go back to that last part where she said she stopped having sex.
Just not feeling good about myself after.
That is interesting. We'll find that out in a minute because she no longer, according to her, will have sex because she knows her value. That's pretty interesting because just a few months ago, we saw her on an Instagram interview where she said this.
What is your confession?
Meeting somebody and then having the first time you meet them.
Sensational.
What is your body count?
32. Jesus Christ. I have a list on my phone. And I have all their signs next to it. Yeah.
Am I your type?
Are you my type? Yeah.
Your type?
Yeah. Oh, shake my
She says she knows her value, but it seems like Brittany Renner has character judgment problems, and that's something that I want to discuss today. She was on the interview with Anton Daniels where she talked about her friend felt her up while she was drunk.
Trusting men and then having your trust betrayed in different ways, different layers. So I feel like for me, I mean, I actually haven't talked about this, but now it's just coming up. But I had, oh my God, that might be a heavy thing to say. But basically I had a guy best friend who like touched me when I was asleep, like before my 30th birthday. And
Wait, what?
Like recently, like a few months ago.
Yeah,
and
being friends with men is tricky.
My whole view of men up because it's like I already went through so much stuff with heartache, and then I had this friend who 10 plus years who violated me when I was sleeping. He didn't know I was awake because when I drink I wake up at like 3-4 in the morning. It's weird. So I was telling Prince, I'm like, I don't want to get in the car, I'm afraid. Like that's the root of it. It was afraid. I'm like, what if he takes me and I'm in the ditch? What if he wants to hurt me? What if this fear was playing out?
And that drunk part is very important, just like the sex part is important. We'll come back to that. But when she was drunk, this guy she thought was her best friend was trying to fail on her, and this couldn't have been longer than a year ago. So again, Brittany Renner has judgment issues. And when she has judgment issues and things don't work out, she typically likes to blame people for her mistakes. In the same interview with Anton Daniels, or maybe on a different day, she's talking about how when people came after her, she expected her baby daddy PJ Washington to come to her defense.
15,000 comments on a picture, on videos, saying that I'm a pedophile, that I'm a piece of shit, I'm a gold digger, all these things. I feel like I just was like, the truth will see the light of day at some point, and I just didn't feel called to talk about it. Because I know who I was with. I know how sensitive he really is in real life, too. So I did just take everything. And I was hoping maybe he would come to my aid or at least call off the dogs a little bit, as much as he could. But
that's not how it works.
We're also in different places in our life.
Now, I'm trying to build the case for following, right? This is very, very important. Now, recently, Brittany Renner was on the podcast with Charleston White and former heavyweight boxer Shanell Briggs. But again, she was asked a question about her relationship with PJ Washington, being that he just signed a new deal with the Hornets. Let's check it out.
PJ just got an amazing contract. How does that make you feel as a woman knowing that's your baby father? What is your first view on that?
Honestly, I want my child's father to win.
Exactly.
It's just what it is. And regardless of what people say, I believe he deserves whatever he feels he's worthy of. So, whatever that contract looks like, that's what it looks like. And I didn't have a child. You know, I had a second-degree tear. You know what that looks like? Hello? Hello? Is everybody fucking listening? Hello? A second-degree tear. You know what that looks like?
I mean, that ball that big when you had it.
He was, I think it was 8.1.5.
That means she had a big baby.
Almost 9 pounds, right?
Another NBA player.
Does that matter to you? Does that matter to you? Who had such a motherfucking opinion about me?
Wait,
does that matter?
Hold
on! Answer the motherfucking question.
No, it didn't initially. No, hell.
Okay, I had a second-degree tear. That means they sewed me up.
Yeah, okay.
Right. You know what that means? That means I love that motherfucker. My pussy was fucking split open for him. Right. You understand that? You lost 9 pounds.
Big boy.
Okay?
Gratefully, I had a 5-pound baby.
Good for you.
I was
My
a
baby was
9-pound
almost
baby.
9 pounds.
Big boy.
Okay?
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. All right?
No, I wanted to say that because I think it is important. A lot of people do.
What's important?
That you do wish well for.
Most.
Here's the thing. Let me just tell you, you and every one of the motherfuckers that are commenting, she's doing too much. She's at the end of the day, this pussy had a second-degree tear. Do you know what that means?
You just taught us.
Ripped.
What is
She's
it?
off her rocker.
Ripped.
Thank you, Charleston.
Ripped open.
Ripped.
Wait a minute. Yeah, boy had a head like his daddy. Yeah. Boy had a head like his daddy.
All right.
Hold on.
And then at some point in that
my head was
particular
big
interview,
too, as
you
a
will
baby,
hear her
whatever.
screaming and yelling like this.
Hello?
Hey, listen.
I know what I fucking say. Shut the fuck up when a real bitch is talking.
Okay.
Shut up.
Okay.
Shut the
Take the road.
Shut up. Shut the
Yeah, she's drunk.
Because I'm a real bitch. You hear what I'm saying?
Talk.
And I care. And I'm a hopeful romantic. But I can't control.
Hopeful.
At the end of the day,
It's
I tried to
hopeful.
force something that wasn't mine. That wasn't my person. And that's okay. He's sitting over there.
Now remember, she had a chance to do a collaboration with the late great Kevin Samuels, and she described herself as these talking points.
I'm from Ocean Springs, Mississippi.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
I don't remember this. I
I'm
didn't.
gold digging, manipulative, evil,
I didn't know about this.
who has no real
Prior to
talent,
this, I know it.
who has sucked it way to the top, and is a overhyped, below average looking girl with clout, who is only relevant because of her ass.
Well, damn.
Even Kevin Samuels
Go
had to
damn.
say, "Go damn." Now, I want to play this other part in the video. She's obviously drunk, and she's going over to Charleston White. I'm not going to show the part where she's going to give him a lap dance, but I want you to hear him say, "Please don't come over here and sit on me."
It's uncomfortable to be wet.
She gave him a
I've
lap
never been wet
dance.
before, but yeah, I'm sure it's uncomfortable to be wet.
You know, moist is one thing, but wet is just another. It ain't what we shooting for. You know what I mean?
You know what?
Isn't that Miss Ma'am?
No?
Miss
No,
Ma'am.
come on,
Please, come on, man, please.
No?
I need you to be kind and respectful to my guests.
Girl, he said he ain't
Where that
fucking
pig
with.
poker at, man? Go ahead and get the pig poker out. Wait a minute.
What the fuck is going on here?
I didn't nothing for that.
This is more than liquor. What?
Miss Renner. Now it's obvious he's saying that, but she continues to still grind on him anyway. And
And
even
then
though
for
he
water
probably
on
liked
the
it,
wall?
I'm pretty sure I would have liked it too. Brittany Renner's real problem is not sex. It's not letting guys smash. Brittany Renner is an alcoholic and she makes bad judgment. That's the issue with Brittany.
Him saying, "Oh, he might have liked it," like, stop. He clearly was like, "Please don't, please." Like, he said no, so she should have backed off. Like, we gotta keep the same energy, okay? When women do things to men that are, not wanted, we have to be like, okay, no, that's wrong. Instead of being like, well, he probably liked it. Like, no. He didn't want it, but he probably didn't want to put his hands on her, so he just let it happen. But he wasn't fucking with it, and she clearly saw that. That's probably why she got mad and started throwing water on everybody. What the fuck was that about?
Brittany Renner. She
That
is
was
a
weird.
loose cannon. She's uncontrollable. And so when a woman like this blames her issues on men, and she says she knows her value, the reality is your
When did
value
she
is
blame
what
her
you
issues on
prove
men?
every day. And when nobody is around you and you're acting the fool like you're doing right now, you show us that your value is less than what you believe. And your real issue is you have bad judgment and you need to leave liquor alone. That's the reality here. You make bad judgment in friends, you make bad judgment in men, and it's all because you're just a bad person, probably. Not to mean that you're a killer or anything like that, or not. You just couldn't put up with all that.
Well, I'm gonna head up. I don't know if I agree with all that. Okay, I definitely feel like she's off in the head for sure. She needs some serious therapy. Needs to do some serious self-reflection. This was really embarrassing to get on this podcast and act the ass like this, and you're over 30. Like, it's just like, it comes to a point where you should mature and get your shit together. Especially you have a child. I know people love to bring that up and shame parents to be like, oh, you are a mother. It's like, all right. Not saying that you're supposed to be perfect, but I do think you should maneuver a bit differently when you bring children into the world, because it's like, what if they see this? I think that's just something to keep in mind. But she doesn't seem to give a fuck. So I definitely feel like she is, her behavior is weird, and she needs to get it the fuck together. But him saying like, oh, you made bad decisions in friendships, it's like, she just said she was friends with the nigga for 10 plus years. If you're friends with someone for that long, you think you know them. So I don't feel like that's a bad decision in a friend. Some men are fucking creeps. Sorry to break it to you. And unless you are a woman who have experience being friends with men, you can't speak on it. So it's best to just sit that conversation out. I've had many male friends. I've even talked about one of the stories with one of my male friends that I fell out with on this channel recently. Actually, I forgot what video it was on. But it just concerned him, basically trying to imply some sexual shit was going on with us when it definitely wasn't. It's just, being friends with men is a struggle, because no matter how long you've been knowing them, a lot of them will try some weird shit or say some weird shit and make you uncomfortable at some point. It is very, very, very difficult to be friends with men as a woman. It just is, okay? Just throwing it out there. That's been my fucking experience. That's been my friend's experience, my family members' experience. It's a thing. So to be like, oh, she makes bad decisions with friends, fuck out of here. I don't agree with that at all. But yes, I definitely feel like she was wrong for trying to give Charleston a lap dance when he clearly didn't want it. Oh, in his title, he says that she needs to go to jail. So I guess he does believe that she was wrong for that. But I don't know. I'm just confused, because in the clip, he literally said, oh, he probably liked it. So I was like, how do we know that? He clearly wasn't fucking with it, so she should have stopped. But yeah, she's just looking real bad out here. She has to get it together at some point. Like, girl, what's happening? Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. Let me know what other videos you've been watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!